We're now in range to embark on the lead seal. We'll have access to the Syndicate trader from the warehouse of the settlement. We can also form a little plan here with this mushroom perk. Now we can pick up the smithy. We can now produce a massive amount of mushrooms and then process it into flour to then process it further into the packs of trade goods here very efficiently. At this stage, making rain engines looks like the easiest seal task. We can get copper bars, barrels, and +2 to mushroom production, giving us a total of +3. So after all that, we're still bottlenecked by wood to make planks into our buildings. And once all of our buildings are built, we can start installing rain engines in all of them and work towards our seal task. Welcome back to our attempt to reforge the lead seal. The first part is in the description below. We resume at the start of year 2 with a new cornerstone. Of these, the only one I think we should consider is Baptism of Fire, just because it's a long-term way to reduce hostility permanently, but I think immediate trading power is still a little bit too good, at least when compared against these cornerstones. We also have new orders. Both of these orders are doable in the long term, but I think the rewards for advanced trading are very good with our game plan to make lots of packs of trade goods. It is very expensive, but so is making 8 harpy houses. Once again, both of these are doable but not immediately. The plus 20% to food production speed is quite nice, but I think the 30 fabric is also very good. I think happy harpies is also slightly easier because we have good jerky production, and we will naturally make 8 aesthetics decorations. We've brought in some amber from trade routes and declining cornerstones, so the first thing we should do this season is call the trader. The best thing he could bring would be more planks to alleviate the wood bottleneck. Now that we've cut our way through to the seal, the woodcutter production should get a lot more efficient, as they can focus on chopping these overgrown trees near the hearth in the warehouse. Farlif has arrived, and he has just about everything we could ever want. We have all the planks we need for our buildings, we'll just buy his whole stock, plenty of pipes to get our rain engines going quicker, the purging fire we need to complete our order, and a little bit of oil for good measure, at the cost of only a tablet and some luxury goods. So that completes our order for a couple of extra villages and some extra parts. We're still going to be 1 part short of another gathering camp, but with all the planks that we just bought, we should be able to downscale back to 1 woodcutter camp very shortly. We now have all of our important production buildings online. We're making jerky in the smokehouse, pipes in the smithy to finish off our seal task to make rain engines, and then packs of trade goods after that, and bricks in the stamping mill to make some packs of building materials for our order, followed up by flour. The scouts have finished work on the Glade event, which means we can now start gathering these mushrooms very quickly. And we need a few more cheap production buildings to install rain engines into for our seal task, so we'll just make a couple more makeshift posts for that purpose. We now have the pipes to install the 8th rain engine, completing the mechanical heart objective. Now we can earn 5 reputation points from Resolve, 5 reputation points from events, or get standing level to 2 with 3 settlements. So I think our game plan clearly pushes us towards getting standing level with our trade routes. And in fact, we have 2 good trade routes to run this season that will get this settlement up to level 2 already. By completing our seal task, we earned another cornerstone. Once again, I don't really see a good use for any of these. We could use metallurgic proficiency. We've been using bars a lot this game to make our pipes, but we've sort of passed beyond that. We could use it to make tools, but I don't really see a good use for them. I think we'll just decline it again. So for now, we're mostly just waiting for new trade routes to get our standing level up. So in the meantime, we can work towards this advanced trading order and get some extra production yields and production speed to our packs of goods. Our wood production has stabilized, so I've deleted our second woodcutter camp, and we're going to set up a trapper's camp out on these large meat nodes, as well as a warehouse, to make sure that we always have an input for our jerky. This storm we're afflicted by the Plague of Malady, which makes our villagers take longer breaks and to consume more food. We also have some newcomers. Our lizards are very easy to keep happy with the jerky, and planks are a little more scarce than bricks at the moment, so that's an easy choice. We'll only have one active trade route slot for this storm, unfortunately, but we do have this great oil route that we can run that will easily get Anvar's health up to level 2. We're starting to build up some blight rot with all of our rain engines. I think we'll just get away with it this storm, but next year we will definitely have to deal with it. Our makeshift post workers have finally finished making these packs of building materials and crops to complete our advanced trading order, earning us the 2 great trade perks and another blueprint. This is a great time to take the clan hall. We're relying heavily on meat-based foods and gathering, and it also gives us a service building to upgrade our hearth. We've also built up a bit of an excess of packs of trade goods, so I think it's a good time to call our Syndicate trader to see if they can bring us anything that can accelerate the game. Well, lesson learned, the Syndicate trader can't arrive during the storm either. It's a new year, so let's see our cornerstone. It's been quite an unusual game. Once again, I think we don't want any of these. Just rather have 5 amber. We also have orders. Well, we can definitely do either of these with all of our trade perks and buildings. The rewards for trading goods, though, are far better than varied delivery. We're very unlikely to do cleanliness. We don't have a way to make or use tea. Whereas we're definitely doing good friends, as it's exactly the same as our seal task, and 30 amber is very good. So we can instantly complete trading goods, which is great. It immediately gets us another blueprint. I don't think any of these drastically change the outcome of the game, but I do think the guild house is useful for its passive effect, where we gain resolve for trading amber. The cookhouse could be good to make biscuits with all of our flour, but I think the best one is the cooperage. It lets us make coats to keep the harpies and beavers happy, and barrels are another input for packs of trade goods, which we're already producing. Our trade routes for the season are a little bit awkward. They're great resources that we really want to trade, but the mushroom route takes so long. So if we send off the maximum, we do get 15 amber out of it, but it won't be done until during the storm, which takes up a whole trade route slot for the clearance season. So I think we'll send off a few shorter routes, and hope that we get some good clearance trade routes, try to get this settlement to level 2 early in the storm. The Syndicate trader that we called during the storm has finally arrived. He actually brings extra villagers. And I don't often say this, but I don't actually think extra villagers is that necessary here to complete the seal. It would help us gain resolve, but that's about it. Every job that we need doing has already got a worker. So I think this is all we can really justify buying. We can use the copper ore to send the trade route off a little earlier, and we can use the ale to make some packs of luxury goods. And everything else is just resolve focused, which I don't think we really need. With a combination of favouring and jerky, we've kept the harpies happy enough to complete this order, netting us some fabric and dye that we can use to make coats in the newly constructed cooperage. It's clearance and we have some new trade routes. Ideally we want to ship these off as soon as possible so that we can complete the seal task and get a look at our next one. Unfortunately, we haven't made the barrels yet in the cooperage, and we don't have a whole lot of copper left after the last trade route, so our first step will be to call another Syndicate trader and see if they bring us some more copper. We're going to need to do 19 amber worth of trades on top of these 2 to get this settlement up to level 2, So we'll do that in whatever way we can. Let's see what the Syndicate trader has. There's no copper ore, but there is barrels that we can use to send that trade route off right away. And we will be able to gather the copper ore from our large clay nodes. So we should be able to get the standing level up to level 2 rather early in the storm. On top of that, we have so many packs of trade goods and luxury goods that we can afford to just buy a whole bunch of resolve boosting items, as well as some extra service goods that we can make even more packs of luxury goods out of. So let's ship off the barrels. And when this trade route completes, we should have brought in enough copper to send off this one as well. Soon we need to consider deleting one of our gathering camps to get enough parts to make this blight post. We're going to have a truly massive amount of blight rot to deal with in this storm. Given the amount of purging fire we need to make to deal with this blight rot, we don't really have that much fuel. I've called yet another Syndicate trader to hopefully solve that problem. And once again, the Syndicate trader comes with the goods, and our economy is strong enough to afford it. We also have newcomers. A few extra harpies will be useful in staffing the blight post. We also earned a blueprint from Resolve. I don't think any of these buildings affect the game at all. We can now ship off our last trade route. Our plague for the storm is the Plague of Darkness, which makes the storm season last twice as long. With the longer storm duration, I have a little plan forming using all of our blight rot. I know that one of the final seal tasks is to burn a large amount of cysts in 1 year. So if we can hold off on burning our cysts until we've completed this trade route and improved our standing level to level 2 on our final settlement, then we may still have enough time left in the storm to burn all of our cysts, and therefore reforge the seal before the end of the year. It's a bit of a gamble though. If we mis-execute this, we could lose up to 12 villages, because with the longer storm season, our hearth could corrupt up to 4 times. So to make sure that nothing goes badly wrong, I'm setting up a second blight post by deleting another gathering camp, so even if we fail to execute, we shouldn't lose the game on the spot. So corruption has already overwhelmed the hearth once, killing 3 workers, but our trade route is now complete. So that also completes the second seal task. And we can immediately complete this third seal task with all the amber we've got from trade. Here are our final seal tasks. The important one is this one, to burn 20 cysts in 1 year. We currently have 20 cysts, which is perfect. We still have more than 4 minutes left in the storm, as well as 2 blight posts that we can fill with blight fighters. We're in no danger of losing to impatience, even if the hearth is overwhelmed by corruption again, so it should be a fairly smooth run to the finish. So thank you for watching the end of another cycle. I hope you enjoyed or could learn something from this. I'll see you in the next one for the start of our 3rd cycle.